And as far as the
vehicle has not
stopped. 6-0. Traffic.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing. And oh boy, I'm excited. Today is gonna be epic. Yeah, I love it. You might have seen, I did a day with the road traffic police here in Surrey, and it was amazing. It was one of the best days of my life because long-term viewers of my channel, on my Instagram, etc. would have seen I love traffic cops, police interceptors. Nothing makes me happier watching all of that stuff. It's the best. And I got the chance to spend a day in the back of a police car seeing what they do in their world, because I'm so intrigued by it all, and it was just amazing. And the response from you guys was overwhelming as well, and so well received that they invited me back. Surrey Police have invited me back, and today is going to be amazing because it's my first time doing a night shift. It's currently 7 o'clock. I finish at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to get the chance to be in the back of a police car for a night shift. I can't wait. I can't actually wait. I had sleepless nights and we're here, and it's going to be amazing because, like I said to you guys before, I'm a racing driver. I go fast on the track, but I'm all about road safety as well. It's all fun and games on the track, but on the road it's all about being safe. And today we're going to see Dan, we're going to see the guys here at Surrey Police, and we're going to have a great day, great evening in fact. So let's get going. Dan the man. Hello. How are we?
Nice to see you again.
You've invited me back, mate.
I have invited you.
I can't believe it.
So we're at our traffic centre in Guildford, same place we were before. So yeah, today will be hopefully a fun shift for you. We've got some stuff we're going to talk to you about and your viewers that have been raised from the previous video. So hopefully we'll get some of those questions answered for you. And then hopefully the plan is you'll come out with us on a night shift.
Tell me what we're going in, Dan. Come on.
So initially we're going to be going marked again, same car that we were in last time when you came out with us. And then a little bit later on, hopefully, fingers crossed, if we can, we'll swap and we'll go out in an unmarked car and show you what that's all about on a night shift. It allows us to be a little bit more proactive with stuff, because people don't realise, obviously, that we're out and about as much at night. Particularly in an unmarked car, it's a little bit more difficult to tell that it's us.
I don't think you would tell anyway.
No.
Not in that X5 we were in, Dan.
It's hard to tell, and that's the reason why we use them, because we need to use cars like that in order to disrupt the criminality. So.
Yes. And all about road safety and everything else. Yeah. We've got lots to talk about. Is this the one we're out in first, Dan?
Yeah, we're going to go in this one first.
Lovely.
Yeah, so same car as before, so 530. Obviously on your last video we showed you a little bit about the cars, what they look like, all of the technology on top of the cars. So you'll get another experience to see what that's like. So yeah.
That is what I, honestly, I can't even wait. Just to go out in that again is going to be absolutely insane. These aerials, Dan, how far do those reach? They're very nice.
Yeah. So those are tracker aerials. So if you've got a car that's pre-installed with a tracker, so if your company has given you a tracker with your car, we can find that. It will ping up if your car's been stolen and we're driving around. It will pick it up, and we're hopefully able to locate it for you.
I never knew that. You always deliver. And we're going to talk something quickly in a second, aren't we? About number plates.
We're going to talk about number plates because I know that's something that's been raised quite a lot with a lot of people on your channel. So hopefully we'll go through a bit about what is legal, what's not legal.
Yes.
What you can have, what you can't have, spacing, 4D plates, all that type of stuff, and hopefully clear up some of the confusion that might be about
Chameleon windscreens, spacing.
Yeah, spacing, tints, windows, all that type of stuff. We've got it.
Hello, Dan. How are we?
Good, thank you very much.
You are the number plate expert.
Apparently so.
Okay, so Dan was on our shift last time, and you have lots about number plates here. Tell us all.
Right, start with the easy stuff. Sizing, spacing, markings, tinting. So they have to be spaced correctly, and the font has to be correct. You can't italicise the font. If you've got a personalised number plate and you're not sure what the spacing is supposed to be, the easiest thing you can do is go and check your tax.
And I'm taxed, Dan, luckily. I was concerned.
It will show you where the spacing is supposed to be. So obviously for yours, AH together, then a larger space and the 33. So the space, the big space is 33 millimetres or 3.3 centimetres. The smaller spaces between each character is 11 millimetres. So that's easy ones for spacing. If they get bigger than that or smaller than that, you commit offence. Okay, all of the offences to do with number plates at minimum is a £100 fine, excuse me.
Yeah.
At the moment, that doesn't come with penalty points. However, that may be changing in the future. There's a private members bill going through Parliament at the moment, so do be careful because you don't want it to affect your number.
No.
So that's spacing and fonts. Next one is manipulation through using bolts or something else. So we see a lot where you've got a digit at O and you put a bolt in of an opposite colour to make it look like a U.
Yes.
And things like that. That again, you're not allowed to do that. You have to make sure that if you've got a screw that goes through the letter, because that's where the fixing points are, then you need to make sure that the colour of the cap over the top is representative of what you're covering over the top. This is tinted, it's illegal, and also you can see the spacing is incorrect. Between the 1 and the M, that should be 33mm. It's not, that's 11mm. So that's illegal. We've got a selection of 4D number plates. They're all 4D. They're all illegal. These are all seized plates, as well as all of the ones in the bag, plus a ton that we've
I mean, Dan, you've been busy.
Yeah, I've got an entire locker full of them. So,
Okay.
It gets busy.
Okay.
So we'll start with the easier stuff. So, as you look side on, you can't have different colouring. It's got to be solid black all the way through for the lettering. So that's a nice simple offence.
That one's like a blue tinge.
Yeah, that does.
So you get this one.
Yeah.
You can see it's got 3 letters stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
So it makes it extra thick. What you've got to consider is there's requirements about side angle viewing. So you have to be able to see it from a set distance, which is basically a 20-metre diagonal from the front or back of your vehicle. And the thicker that plate becomes, or the thicker the letters become, the more likely you are to breach that. And the last thing with 4D plates is you've got to be super careful. So we are currently sending out warning letters to people where we've identified that the number plates don't conform, and that might be that they look absolutely fine. I mean, these 3 here, they've got the details of the manufacturer, they've got the BS markings. However, all of these fail to comply with regulation of the Road Vehicle Display of Registration Marks Act, regulation of 2002. So they all breach those, despite to the visual eye, they look absolutely fine.
Yeah, I mean, you would think...
And to a camera, they look absolutely legal. But some of our enforcement cameras use infrared vision, which means that although you and I can see it absolutely fine and your camera can, our enforcement cameras can't. And as soon as that happens, you commit quite a serious offence. The owner of this original plate is currently in jail as a result. So you can get up to 2 years in jail and an unlimited fine if we prove that what you're doing is purposely manipulating our camera network. So is it worth it for people to
Absolutely not.
Fashion statement?
No.
But there's quite a lot of manufacturers out there that are legitimate suppliers. They're registered with the DVLA. They believe what they're supplying is above board and everything else. There's no suggestion that they're selling hooky items. However, where they've acquired some of the parts, specifically the lettering from, fail to conform with the regulations, and then the plate falls over, the driver gets a warning letter from us, and if they don't change the number plate within 28 days, then they'll get some blue lights flashing.
And is there any 4D plates that are legal? Is it illegal?
Yeah, so you're allowed raised lettering, so the legislation does allow for raised lettering. The problem is it's just a little bit of a minefield. Don't concentrate on the fact that it just has the British standard markings.
Yeah, which I mean, everyone there probably thought they were fine, but
yeah. So don't just focus on that. If you get a warning letter from us, for example, it might look fine, but our letter really clearly says that it's because some of our infrared cameras can't read it, or it's having a bit of an issue with it. So just be super careful with who you're buying it from. But if you fall foul,
to be honest, if you just buy a normal number plate, sounds easier. I think.
It's a bit of plastic at the front and back of your car, isn't
I
it?
think
So-
I just think go over a legit number plate and you don't have a problem. Dan, what do you reckon?
I totally agree.
Okay, that was really interesting chat from Dan. We have another Dan. But one thing I really want to talk about quickly before we head out in the cars is Chameleon windscreens. More and more people are doing Chameleon windscreens. It seems to be becoming a bit of a fad at the moment. But we want to know, is this legal? I had it on my BMW M4, etc. And was I legal? Was I not illegal? Dan will tell us everything because this is a good one, Dan.
Yeah, so like you say, at the moment there's quite a lot of them that are coming out, and they're being fitted to a lot more cars. People are using them for sort of an aftermarket thing, a bit like normal window tinting. Like,
Well, it just gives you quite a nice effect when you're like here,
so
yeah.
You'll see them. I can't remember what colour yours was, but some of them will be like yellow.
It was like a bluey colour.
Bluey, purple,
Yeah.
colours. So the answer in short is yes, they are legal, as long as they let 75% of light through your windscreen. And the vast majority of ones that I've looked at, certainly, are about 80% roughly. So if you're going to get it, make sure you get it from a good manufacturer, or where you're buying it from. Whoever is fitting it has got proof of the fact that it is a 75% or above transmission. Because if it's not,
You're going to have to take it off there and then.
That's when it becomes illegal, just based on the light transmission through the glass. Because if this is the only thing that you're looking out of when you're driving, you need to make sure that you can actually see, particularly in the dark, which is why we don't allow really super dark side windows.
Yes.
As you can see on this car has got full tints on the rear of the car.
Yes.
Which is totally fine. Anything back from this pillar here,
Not fine as in anyone can do that, but yeah. On the back pillar, you're fine.
anything from
Yeah.
here and your back window is okay to be tinted
Yeah.
if you want it to be.
Limo, if you really want.
Limo, you can limo if you want to. I mean, this is pretty much limo. This is down to a very low percentage.
But it's the front
It's
ones.
these ones that are the difference. So these ones, again, you need to make sure that those are clear. But particularly with the windscreens, in relation to the Chameleon, it's got to be 75% transmission of light through.
Right, we are out and about for the night shift. As you can see, we're in the car. Honestly, it's so cool just to even be out with these boys, which is insane. And then we have two more which are here as well. Everyone's sort of on their night shift, so it's going to be really cool. I'm with Dan in this one, so yeah, it's going to be insane. I was listening to the radio and there was someone which was just double the drink drive limit, so we were just listening in that he had blown 75, which was near enough to double the drink drive limit. And it's just, you hear all the things on the radio, it's just crazy. Anything can happen in terms of, you have to be prepared for any sort of event. So either loads could happen or it could be a quiet evening. We're going to find out. It's going very slowly.
Yeah, so they're driving about 50-ish miles an hour. A little bit brakey, putting their brake lights on when they don't need to, etc. So we'll have a look, see who's driving it, see what the score is. Potentially it might be intoxicated, but again, might just be a nervous driver or something. So we'll have a look. Just see if she follows us off. Yeah, that's all I see. I'm going to follow her for a bit because there is a section of lit carriageway further ahead, which is into a sort of average speed check area. So
999 activated.
she's now reacting.
Dan at work, having a quick word with the driver and just seeing why she was going really slow. So she was going 40 miles an hour on the motorway, and I quickly spotted it before we even got to the driver. I was like, whoa, that's really slow. But Dan will have a quick chat and hopefully everything's okay. Sometimes it's just a nervous driver, etc., like he was saying. Rear red's activated. Rear blue's activated. Right, Dan, we have an update.
Yeah, so that was a lady initially pulled over because she was a little bit swervy and a little bit slow, but transpires there's nothing untoward going on. She's not intoxicated or anything. She's just on her way back home after going out with some friends for dinner. So I think she's just a little bit lost maybe, and she's relying on her sat nav. So a little bit of education about her speed, because she was travelling very slowly, not keeping up with the traffic, other traffic having to go around her, but that one is all in order. She's all good on her way home.
Here we go. We're on a blue run.
So we're just going to look for, there's a vehicle that's up ahead of us somewhere that potentially might be a clone vehicle. It's got some intelligence on it that it might be being used by another vehicle. So we're just going up to see if we can intercept it. It's coming in our direction, so we'll see if we can find it.
We're on our way. As we approach another roundabout. Coast is clear, and then we're over roads.
From the marker, like this person's plates have been stolen and they're now being displayed on another vehicle. This could be that this is a vehicle that is cloned and it's had its index has been stolen or license registration number has been stolen from somebody else. So we've got to try and find it to work out whether or not it is genuine or not.
With the last one.
So the Mercedes, unfortunately on this occasion we couldn't locate it. We just weren't in the right place at the right time, which unfortunately happens quite a lot. But we'll keep an eye out for it because it will certainly come back to our attention at some stage and we'll try and find it another day.
And what's happening now?
So we've just been called to a road traffic collision involving a car and a motorcyclist. The injuries that are described at the moment are not great, so we're going to head out there, see what's happening. There's 3 patients currently on scene. The ambulance are towards. One of the drivers is reported as being unconscious, so we just need to try and get there and see what we've got, really.
This is the reality. There's a bike, there's a car, there's a collision, and just arrived, and it's bad. At this point I'm just not filming, but we are told that the individual is alive, and that's all positive news, and the driver is okay as well, just very shocked about what's happened. But I'm just staying in here. The crazy part is when I sit here is seeing all the sort of friends around that are just shocked and devastated, and that's someone's loved one, and you just sort of, it really is just crazy. Just everyone just looking so scared. Yeah, it's, even me, I mean I'm petrified, but just when you see, you know, that's someone's loved one, and you know everyone around's just so petrified, it's a reality. This is why I talk about road safety. For this, it's just the reality of it. Just drive safe on the road. It just really just makes you think even more. Right, Dan.
Yeah.
Bit of an update.
Yeah,
that was serious.
Yeah, so we've come to a collision which is actually in a car park in a supermarket, but yeah, it involves a motorcyclist and a vehicle. Luckily on this occasion there's not any major serious injuries, but the rider of the motorcycle has got injuries, but he's going to be going to a local hospital, which is good. So this is the scene behind us now.
When we were coming, or when I was here, you know, driving to, we had no idea what we were gonna arrive to. You had an idea,
Yeah.
but I had nothing to prepare myself, and when I was like saw something going on, that was the bit for me where I found it difficult.
Yeah.
Just it's basically encouraging people to drive safe on the road.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
Quick
exactly.
one, what you got in your hand?
So this is a what we call a PLO kit, or a breath testing machine, if you like. A road traffic collision, this is what we would test everyone for. So this has just been used on both the drivers of the motorcycle and of the vehicle. It essentially will test for a level of alcohol in your system and whether or not you have any, and will give us a reading on the screen. So
You did just test, yeah.
Yeah, we did just test. So the legal limit's 35 micrograms of alcohol, and on this occasion both the drivers have blown 0. So this is just a setup screen. Since I can show you, I'll show you on a tube. I'll breathalyse you. So at a standard, I obviously go through what we would ask you. We ask you certain questions, whether or not you've had anything to eat or drink in the last 20 minutes, or if you smoked a cigarette or an electronic cigarette in the last 5 minutes.
No.
And I would make a requirement from you that under the Road Traffic Act, I'm making a requirement for you to provide me a specimen of breath at the roadside for analysis, because you've been involved in, say for example, in this instance, a road traffic collision.
And you had to do that before you left the accident?
Yeah, and then I warn you that failure or refusal to give me that sample is a separate offence for which you'd be arrested, because a failing to provide a sample is a separate offence under the Road Traffic Act. You're more than welcome to say, no, you're not giving me one.
This is like Police Interceptors,
yeah,
but my own version.
Yeah,
Keep going, Dan.
But you would be arrested for that. So
okay,
all you need to do, take a deep breath in and just blow into the tube for me. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. Thank you. That's all good. So that now tests on the screen, and it will tell you.
Hey, 0.
There we go.
There we go.
That test, and that shows that you've got no alcohol in your system, which is good. And then what we would do is give you the tube. So if you take hold of the tube for me, pull it towards you. Souvenir for you for today.
Thank you very much. It's another clone car. And we're heading there now. A few different units.
This one we know is a clone, so we just need to try and find it, try and get it stopped.
So you know it for a fact that it is.
We know that this vehicle, if it's hitting in this area, if it's driving around in Surrey, we know that it's the clone version of this vehicle. So we're just trying to play a little bit of catch up to try and get it, but we've got a lot of resources that are out trying to find the vehicle. Some of them are ahead of us and coming in from different areas. Committed to the 281 down towards Stonebridge.
At the time, the shoot speed is currently 50 in a 40. The vehicle is 2 up. They're unknown to me. These vehicles believed to be in clone plates are suspected to be involved in criminality and may be stolen. Subject vehicle approaches a series of bends. Incorrect side of the road on the offside.
The vehicle has not stopped. The vehicle has
Speed
not
is currently
stopped.
60. Traffic is low. Wrong side of RA. Never high risk maneuver. But happening directly in front of us. The Stinger unit will be towards you very shortly. So you hear our blue lights.
Stinger, Stinger.
Still lights on, lights off, lights on. Lights off. However, the road service is lit. I will grade this as high risk. March unit towards you now with the blue lights.
I just witnessed a car get stung with a Stinger. I've never witnessed anything like that ever. I'm just at the roadside now. We're parked up. Helicopter. That was just crazy. Just to be here. That was one of the craziest experiences I've ever been involved in. So there was a stolen vehicle. As Dan was saying before, there was a cloned number plate and it flagged. And yeah, the driver failed to stop for the police, and then it turned into a chase, and it was just crazy to listen in, hear all of it, and the driver failed to stop. Dan anticipated it perfectly, did the Stinger part, and then the drivers then decamped, and then they were caught. But I said in this video, didn't I? It's either everything's gonna happen all in one night, or nothing will happen. It'd be a quiet night, and that was just crazy. Like, to witness what I've just seen, and then before, there's the emotions and everything. This has just been wow, just wow. I'm completely lost for words. It's past midnight, and it's just been unbelievable. So thankful for Surrey Police for the very kind invite, and I think a big message in this video is please drive safe, please look after yourselves on the road, please just go by the rules. Yeah, that's all I ask for really. And yeah, the suspects, they're going into custody as we speak. The vehicle is just next to me. I'm not going to show the vehicle for obvious reasons, but yeah, just I'm lost for words. Very few times you'll find me on here lost for words, but I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much to Surrey Police and to Dan, and for you guys. I truly am lost for words, and yeah, we'll end it there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you very soon.